Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are watching Phantasm. So this is a film that I have heard the title of, but I've actually never really heard what this film is about. So it's another one that I'm going into pretty much blind. I didn't really look up anything about this one, so I can't really give you any pre-watch thoughts, but I am excited to finally see it. And I am watching this one on Shudder. It's available to watch on there. Not sponsored, that's where I'm watching it. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just watch it and be back with my thoughts. Okay, so just finished with watching Phantasm, and unfortunately, I was not a big fan of this film. I don't know, guys, this one just didn't do it for me. So a little bit of information about the film, if you don't know what it's about. It is about these two brothers who, about 2 years after their parents die, a friend of the older brother ends up getting killed, but it's perceived as like a suicide. And so events take place after his funeral, and what happens is that the younger brother isn't allowed to go to the funeral, but he spies on it anyways, and he ends up sticking around afterwards and finding out that this man that works at the funeral home takes the body of their friend, and it's one of those kind of like mystery, like kids gotta solve it, find out what the who is going on type of films, which I generally enjoy. I didn't with this one, which is also kind of a bummer because it's very like sci-fi-ish, a little bit in like the body snatchers realm. So just to get, I'm gonna spoil things, so if you haven't seen the film, just warning in advance. So there's these, and they call them dwarfs in the film, that are these like evil creatures coming after just the people, and it ends up being revealed that it's people who have died, that they have been like, I guess their bodies have been turned into these things. They don't really go into that as well, which it's like all this build up and you don't find out why or really even how any of this is happening, just that it is. And the film is just, it's really long. It's like, well, and the film is just, it's so super slow paced, and I did not enjoy it at all. It just felt boring to me, and by the time that it would get to anything interesting, I was already so bored. And there were some interesting like kill moments, but in general it just wasn't that like exciting of a film to me, which is really like a bummer. The relationship between these two brothers, I felt like could have been built upon a bit better. They're just kind of lukewarm. I feel like in these types of films, there's usually like a lot of tension between the siblings. It's, the older sibling who's just annoyed by the younger one and doesn't believe him, which does happen within the film, but it's just very, like I said, it's very lukewarm. It's 2 years after the parents' death. And not to say that it doesn't seem like it affects them, because it definitely affects the younger brother. He has a bit of a codependency to the point of like stalking his older brother every time he goes out. which is just weird as well. But they're just, I don't know, the relationship just felt very like lukewarm. I don't know if maybe there just wasn't enough like chemistry between the actors or what it was, but I wasn't that drawn into the characters. I didn't really care that much about them. And I also, it felt like they didn't really like play on the whole fact of that these kids' parents have died enough. Also, like, they are some of the people whose like bodies were snatched, and they don't really seem to care that much about that either. It's just, I guess, maybe lack of emotion on the actors' parts. The acting in this film wasn't that great either. And yeah, so I didn't care that much about them, which in a film like this doesn't help. You're kind of meant to care about the characters, and I just didn't really. So that was also not helpful at all. Yeah, it wasn't a film for me. I didn't vibe with this one, and it ends really weird as well. So all of this stuff happens and people die, but the two brothers kind of like get out of it, seemingly. But then all of a sudden, in next scene, the younger brother is waking up and the whole thing was a dream, and his older brother died in a car crash. So now he's basically being taken care of by this friend, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because they reference to like other family members, so I'm pretty sure legally he would like go to another family member. But anyway, he's basically being taken care of by this friend. So you think that none of what happened really like happened, but then in the last few seconds of the film, the tall man, the man that was stealing the bodies, pops up, and the young kid gets taken, and that's how the film ends. And it's just like a twist and then an ultimate twist again, and it just leaves you with a lot of questions. And I know that there are sequels to the film, so maybe I will have to watch them in the future and see if they help my opinion on this film at all. But unfortunately, I just walked away not really being a fan of this one, which is a bummer. So if you have seen this one, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button for more horror related content. And I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video.